is going on, guys? We are back. We are back again for another video. Hold on, let me swap over here on the restart account. So, today we are officially going into season 2 on the restart account. And so what I wanted to do in this video, let's go ahead and enter, and is go over here. Let's skip this. I don't understand. It's saying it's not picking up any desktop audio. Oh well. Don't really need audio for this anyway, except for what I'm about to say. So, what I wanted to go over in this video is season policies. Now, this is a new type of, I guess you could say, research that you get in each season. It will start in season 2. You'll be able to work on it all throughout the season. At the end of season 2, it resets when you go back to Home Kingdom, and for the start of the next season, you will get it again. I do have an older video out on this for season 2, and so on and so forth. For season 2 and then season 4 and beyond, most of the policies are very similar in what you're going to take. However, for season 3, it is a little bit different, and I will put a video out on that. But as you can see, to be able to upgrade this, it costs what's called prestige. Prestige can be gained by defeating Darklings and Beasts in the field, making alliance donations, or completing season stories. And so if we go here, you're going to have military expansion, increases the legion capacity of heroes. We have targeted tactics, increases peacekeeping damage. Container, increases resource capacity. Resource gathering, self-explanatory. War studies. You get more XP for the barbarians, or in this case, Darklings. I'm sorry, this is not Rise of Kingdoms. For the Darklings that you kill, and then this one will give you more arcane dust, which is what you can use to level up your artifacts, and I will make a video on that as well. However, when you come to one like this in the tree that has a dotted line, that means you can pick one or the other. So if you pick this one, you don't get the other one, so forth and so on. In this one, most people, almost everybody, should choose elixir production, medical supplies. Only high spenders who are going to be doing a ton of resource healing, and typically in a lot bigger kingdoms, may take medic recruitment, but 99% of the time you're going to want to take medical supplies here. Now, moving up the tree just a little bit, you're going to have chain of command, CP recovery speed. Now, we get another military expansion, so this also gives you more legion capacity. And we have targeted tactics. Again, more peacekeeping damage. So these right here are going to be the same as these right here. They're just bigger buffs. And then we're going to come to here. So you're going to have medical progress. Again, daily resource healing. You get more healing. Or you get bigger elixir production speed. So this means that you produce more elixir faster. This one right here just gives you more daily resource healing that you can do. Again, here, almost everybody should be taking healthcare reforms. Now you have rapid movement. This gives you increased movement speed all the way up to 7.5%. Now coming here, very important on what you're going to choose. Everybody has a different opinion here. So what I say here may or may not apply to you. However, I'm going to give you what I would take, or what I'm going to take, and why. So you have counter marksman. So this is dealing more damage to marksman units. Counter magic, more damage to magic units. Counter infantry, counter cavalry. What I take here is counter magic. Why? Why not counter marksman? Well, most players when they are using DPS in the field, are going to be using magic units. So in my experience and what I've seen over several seasons is most of the time you're going to be fighting more magic units than marksman units. Now I will admit in earlier seasons such as season 2, excuse me, I'm opening a drink, you may see a little bit more or about the same marksmen on the field because archers are very strong in season 2. However, they do drop off a little bit. Hold on one second. Thank you. Sorry, love you too, Emma. Sorry, that was my daughter coming in. However, after season 2, marksmen do typically drop off a little bit. They are undervalued in the game. Unfortunately, it's just the way that it's written in. So me personally, I typically go with counter magic because I often see and fight more magic units in the field than I do marksmen. Now for the bottom one, I go with counter infantry. Why? Because infantry wins wars. You're typically going to see a lot of infantry on the field. You're going to be fighting infantry almost every time you're field fighting. And so, especially if you are a main DPS type player, like an archer player or an archer player or a mage player, counter infantry is going to be a lot more beneficial to you. You can take counter cavalry, so you can deal more damage to cavalry units, but I got to tell you, even if you have this, if a cavalry unit's hitting your DPS marks, you're most likely out of position and almost always going to die in that case. And so for long-term use and to get the most out of the march, to be the most efficient, counter infantry is going to be your best bet. Moving on. Now here is another one. You got long range warfare. This does not come in every season. It's very rare. However, I have seen where they may be starting to add it back. And then you have courageous rush. Long range warfare, what this essentially does is give your archer units the same damage or the same range as your magic units, but they do lose 20% attack. So that goes back here to the counter magic and counter marksman. In season 2, you may see a lot more marksman units or a very similar number of marksman units to mage units. And in early seasons, marksman units are pretty much in the game, theoretically, they are the best one-for-one damage march in the game. So it really depends on your opponent. It may be more beneficial for you to take counter marksman right now because of the long-range warfare. If you are an archer player, long-range warfare is a must. You need to take long-range warfare. Yes, I know it says you lose 20% attack, but I can promise you the extended range will outweigh the debuff of the attack by far. Now, I will be taking Courageous Rush. Why? Because I am a cavalry main on this account. When your cavalry unit launches an unyielding rush at their targets in the field, they take 10% less damage, and rush skill cooldown is reduced by 10%. So obviously, there's no debuff here. I will be taking Courageous Rush. I am a cavalry main on this account. If you are a mage main or a infantry main, either one of these really are not going to benefit you. They don't matter. You can pick one, and if you happen to be a mage main but you have a decent archer march, probably take long range warfare. That way you can throw your archer in there and maybe have another DPS march on the field. If you are an infantry main, you could probably take Courageous Rush if you happen to have a decent cavalry march. Otherwise, again, it really just depends on how your account is set up. Almost all players are going to take long range warfare. However, if you are a cavalry main, you need to take Courageous Rush. Moving into here, you got gold healing, wood, ore, and mana. What this does is reduce the cost of using resources to heal. These are very vital. Even with a good amount of mana and a large amount of troops, in almost all cases, in sustained Warfare, you will be using resources to heal. So those are good to level up, especially for Final Zone. Now coming on here. Now we have Military Expansion 3. Again, this gives you more march capacity. So for those of you that don't know, the max march capacity this season, unless they have changed it recently, but when I played Season 2 last time, the max march capacity for this season is 250,000 troops per march. In Season 3, it goes up to 300,000 and it caps at 300,000. Unless you are SVIP, you can fill 310,000 units. Administrative Excellence is warrant capacity. So at level 3, you get 3 additional warrants, meaning you can collect 5 pets a day. What I would highly suggest most players, and what I'm going to do, as I will rush all the way up here to the warrant capacity, meaning I will level up everything throughout this tree that I need to level up only to what is required for me to take the next level up. So I will do level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1 across all 4 of these. Go here, and if it's required for me to level up the previous a little bit more, I will do that. And continue moving forward down this tree until I get to Administrative Excellence. And so my whole focus point is going to be getting Administrative Excellence to level 3 as quickly as possible. And so the best way to look at it is to take this to level 1, and then whatever required to go to level 2, you will level. I know this is going to be required to go to level 10 for that to go to level 2. However, this is going to require some of this to go up. This is going to require some of this to go up, so on and so forth. But to speak on the last ones, again here, what I'm going to choose will be Elixir Production Speed. I will always go into Elixir Production Speed. And then down here, I will also be choosing Daily Elixir Production. So for these, for me, I will be doing Healthcare Reforms and medicine stockpiles to level 2. But that is what I will be choosing this season and why I will be doing it. I hope this video does help y'all out. If you do have any questions regarding the video, please feel free to leave a comment on the video asking whatever question you may need. Or if you want to as well, this is my game ID. You are welcome to send me an in-game message at any point in time. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, all of y'all that have supported me in this journey. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.